Hi, I am Raquela Bunkley, a student who has taken the initiative to raise awareness about the issue of sexual violence in America through a report about my cumulative research. With respect to those who are vigilant over and careful about those things that they are exposed to, as a disclaimer, I'd like to warn that the remaining proceedings of the described video may be disturbing to some. With violence having the ability of metamorphosis and the variety to appear in several forms, people are affected and battered by it in differing ways. Are you aware that every 98 seconds an American is sexually assaulted? By definition, sexual assault is any type of intimate contact or behavior that does not receive the explicit consent of the recipient. The basic definition does not usually stress this point, but sexual assault has been committed if the recipient rejects initiation prior to the act, refuses continuation during the act, or is incapable of expressing agreement to the act by mode of intoxication or coercion. Examples include forced sexual intercourse, forcible sodomy, child molestation, incest, fondling, and does not exclude attempted rape. Research states that 321,500 Americans become victims of sexual assault annually, which is nearly 1% of the total American population. One might pose the question, what would a close look at social interactions reveal about the ghost of sexual assault? Although sexual assault tends to be a tongue-in-cheek topic, many could attest to its prominence each year. Interestingly, perpetrators of sexual violence usually know the victim. The evidence of case studies provides that consistently infrequent interaction heightens the chance of familial sexual assault to occur. I saw my cousin bi-weekly at my grandmother's, one victim said. He seemed nice at first until my experience proved otherwise. The manifestation of such crimes especially targets those aged at or between 12 and 34. The previous information has significance in that 93% of juvenile victims know their perpetrator personally. Of those high-risk years in a person's lifetime, those aged between 18 and 34 have a higher likeliness of attack, hovering at 54% according to data collected in 2015. Although certain age groups are more likely to be attacked, it is important to realize that no one is exempt. Even the elderly, ranging from ages 65 and up, are subject to such violence by a margin of 3%. Such occurrences usually happen within care facilities or in one-on-one settings with family members. These occurrences of sexual abuse tend to be within solitary confines with people who are in a loved one's care or in a nursing home. So, people with certain physical or cognitive disadvantages, such as the elderly, are also at risk. Unfortunately, sexual abuse has an attached inspiration by direct exposure nature. In essence, if one has been assaulted at some point in their lifetime, they are likely to attack someone in the same manner. Contingently, experiencing any violence, especially in one's early childhood, can surface eventually in a way that renders perpetrating adults. Other factors include, but are not limited to, alcoholism, inconsiderate, impulsive mannerisms, the conviction that sexual violence is an acceptable norm, non-emotive, youth-based sexual intercourse, or having a surplus of sexual partners. In closure, I'd like to express that women, or people of the female gender, tend to be targeted by sexually violent culprits. Approximately 1/4 of college women has professed to be a victim of sexual assault during her lifespan. This is included within the 1 in every 6 American women who has been subject to such crimes in her lifetime. Accordingly, 90% of all rapes or sexual assaults are done to females, with a correlation between the violence itself, the violent, and the victim. It could benefit one to know their position within its happenings. For more information, I entreat you to visit www.cdc.gov and visit its sexual violence category. Thank you.